Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome to another action figure review, as today we're going to be taking a look at, once again, Savage Crucible by Harvinger Studios. And this is a figure that I've been extremely excited for just because I love the design, I love the aesthetic of the figure, and the color scheme and the character style that it offers really puts a great addition into my collection. And this is a figure, like I said, I've been anticipating for a while, ever since I saw the digital renders, probably like since last year or two. So I'm finally glad that it's here and I can finally take a look at it because I've seen nothing but positive reviews and feedback for the figure. So here we have the actual packaging, and again, I always admire and love the artwork there. And on the side here we have the character Nashorn the Disinherited, so that's the figure we're going to be reviewing, which is great. And on the back, and we know that we have all the descriptions of the actual product line, so very awesome. And now let's just quickly open the package right here, and wow, look at this. We'll get more into it once I take it out of the package, but you know, we have the bio here, which is always awesome because I love when they utilize the scrolls right there on the top. You can see very cool detail, everything about it just looks amazing. So let's go ahead and open this guy and take a look at how great it is, and I can already tell you it's a 10 out of 10 knockout of a figure. Alright, so before we take a look at the actual figure, let's take a look at the blind bag accessory. Now, as you guys know, that Savage Crucible has always incorporated these blind bags of accessories where the weapons are translucently colored with different rays of colors, where one can be blue or red or green, or I believe even orange, I could be wrong, or purple too. Most of the times I've gotten the yellowish red ones, and I think I've gotten one blue. But now I'm excited to see which one this will be because I love these little bonus surprise goodies. So let's see what color accessory or weapon we have here today, and it's blue. Nicely sculpted blue accessory, sharp blades on top, and the translucence from the blues to the whites. We can see the detail by the top of the handle. So Nashorn comes with these alternate hands. We have two open hands, which do look great. So this will be great for, I don't know, whoever he wants to fight. So otherwise the sculpting, the coloring, pretty standard, but good enough. And then he comes with these two fisted hands that allows you to hold his weapons and accessories. On top of that, he comes with this little dagger, which is sculpted beautifully, and you can see that the silvers has a little bit grays in there, so that's awesome. And then the handle itself, like a bronzish gold color, more on the darker sides, but there is a lot of sculpting in there. Probably the camera won't be able to pick it up. And then he does have a placeholder for the dagger itself into the sheath, so let's go ahead and kind of just toss it in there and see how snug fit it could be. So there we go, that looks great. And then we're going to peg this into the figure's side. So we know that Savage Crucible allows you to peg accessories onto the side. So I'm going to keep it like this. I definitely will not take it out, but man, that looks amazing. And last but not least, he does come with this sword, and that's awesome. And it's really the same thing as a dagger, but you can see a lot of the dings and scratches and just the grays in there. So, and the handle itself is more, again, on the bronzish gold side, so some wear and tear. That just makes it more storytelling because you know that he's using this weapon to fight off the other characters. So yeah, I love it. And for a sword, I mean, it's so sturdy. I love it. So yeah, one of the greater accessories. And now let's take a look at Nashorn the Disinherited. First of all, I don't know what to really tell you. Just look at that head sculpt. Holy crap. This is well worth every single penny that goes into this line. This is beyond a beautiful, beautiful head sculpt, and just based on the photography, and I didn't read his bio just yet, but I believe he is the villain of the Wave 2, so this is rightfully so. I mean, just look at that detail. You can see like the black wash onto the gold helmet with the red trims by the eyes. And I love how the eyes, despite being black, you can't really see inside the helmet either. So that's what makes it freaking like menacing and just overall a force to reckon with. You can tell that he can kick some ass, which is really, really so damn cool. And then even on the side profile, just look at the arch of the helmet and stuff. That looks fantastic. But one of the bigger highlights here, aside from these little pearls that we have on the top of the helmet, which is also colored very, very well, is the fact that he does come with this horns, which is colored in a gradient style of like the maroons going into the grays. And I've always admired the sculpting and design of these horns just because it's not your traditional horns of going like left and right or up and down. It's like arching in so many different angles. Very, very cool. It's almost like a gazelle style. So, yeah, I mean, what can I say? It is just sculpted so, man. Savage Crucible has like outdone themselves. Even on the back of the head sculpt, look at all that extra detail that they incorporated. They didn't even have to do this, but they did it, right? And that's what shows you the love and care and effort that goes into all their action figures, which again makes it all worth the value and money. So I 100% recommend any of their figures if you're into this type of world building. So yeah, it looks so damn awesome. But yeah, in general, the head sculpt though, it is just I can't gush. I just love how there's like the black wash and the gold and stuff, and makes it look like there's dirt and stuff, and gives you more like again world and character building. So moving on to the torso, we can see that he does have the gradients blending in with some subtle light blues there by the chest and the shoulder armor too, which is very in unison with the pearls that we see on the top. And it's like also slight gray with some dark gray in there as well, and some silver. So maybe this could be blood. Who knows? Maybe he's been slaughtering a lot of Wave 1 figures. So this could be it could be blood, or even those other human characters from Wave 2. So the shoulder pieces, those are sculpted very well. It's like double layered, as we can see that the blues with the maroons right there, very nice. But then it goes down into the golds with the black wash. That is incredible. Muscle definition is perfect. Great muscle definition. And even on the sides right here, still the same thing, but you can see a lot of the pins sculpted on there. So I'm giving you a lot of extra layers, so this guy cannot get hurt by any means. The overall designing of this arching in different angles looks really cool. I just absolutely love it. And then going down to his hands, we can see his gauntlets also with that same pearly design, but I love the style design that they used for this, kind of like a rhombus with some extra golds, and we can see the blacks on the inside there too, giving it more like battle damage and some scratches and dings. But that's what I love about this line, is the fact that they can incorporate all that in there. So, and you can see that he does have the open hands there as well to hold the accessory, so not too much of a difference compared to the other closed fisted hands, I suppose, but pretty good enough. And now let's take a look at the belt, and this is another fantastic looking piece. I mean, the Wave 2 belts have always been, they look like wrestling WWE belts, which is not a problem for me because I am a fan of that too, but I love the skull right there in the middle, and then we still got the pearls. That looks fantastic, and again the whole gold and then the brown straps. And this is the cool part on the side here, we can see that it is pegged into with like some chains. It's colored gold, which is, and it's like real chains too. It's not like that cheap plastic chains that we see that modern and bigger companies use. They're using like real chains for it, so that's great. It's pegged there on the back of the belt, so it looks like it's backwards, but it's really supposed to be this way, so that's awesome. And I just noticed the back of the spine there. Look at that design. That's really awesome. Beautiful sculpting there. And I just love how even this placeholder for his sword looks really great. And besides it being brown, there is some sculpting and designs of some golds and some washes in there as well, some light blues, and the texturing on the actual brown piece looks really great. So pretty symmetrical there, but I love how it's slanting on the side, so it's not like a straight up particular style design for it. And even on the back, he kind of has like this mesh style plates on the back going down towards his thighs, which looks really awesome. I mean, it does give you a lot of versatility and characteristics to the figure, and it shows you that he's been through some wars. And I just love how even in the front he does have that flap going down there, which is, in the sturdier plastic, but even then the textures and the sculpting of it, the folds and the creases, just adds more beauty to the actual figure. So yeah, that's amazing. And as we get to the legs, the muscle definition is pretty standard, but he does have the pearls there within the shin guards, but more of the classier designs of the shin guards, very similar to the gauntlets that we see there on the wrists. So the shins also get that too. Very awesome. And just again, look at the dirt and the blacks inside the golds. So that's what I love about these figures, is that they are not supposed to be like super duper minty clean. They're supposed to have some like battle damage, which makes it worth every single penny you put towards the line. And then he does have these incredibly detailed straps with some black wash on the gold. So that's freaking amazing. Man, you guys did an incredible job with this figure. And then on the sides there, we can see that he is wearing sandals. And then we can see the straps with some toes. All that is pretty cool. See if I can zoom in. There you go. So yeah, that looks great. Look at all that detail there on the little straps. Very cool. We got some gold clips and buckles and stuff. And one thing I do want to mention is if you look at the bottom of the feet, you can see that the sandals or slippers or whatever, they do have like these nice details and sculpting there, almost like some tearing going on. So he's been using it in different terrains. So now let's take a look at this figure equipped with all his accessories, and then we'll do a final rundown. Alright, so here we have Nashorn equipped with his accessories, and it's not much of a difference compared to when taking him out of the actual package, because one of the things that I've noticed here when it comes to me and putting in my figures is that the placeholder for these particular weapons is a bit hard for me to do, because even though there is a circle right there, I kind of have to like stretch it in there. I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this, and I'm probably doing this wrong, so I do apologize, but I wish there was a better way to kind of implement these weapons there. But otherwise, you can see how the dagger would look if it was placed in there properly. So again, I'm sorry that I did this wrong, but regardless, it's a fantastic figure. And then the sword that went into the back of the sheath right there, this looks fantastic. It's a nice snug fit. I cannot emphasize that enough. I love it when it's the weapons are snug fit inside the placeholder for the weapons, so that's great. Otherwise, there was really no other accessories aside from the alternate hand, and the additional dagger, which I failed to put on, but otherwise it's still a great addition into the line. So my final verdict and thoughts is this is just an incredible figure, and holy shit, you should not sleep on this guy, because again, it just looks absolutely beautiful, and I love everything about this figure. And I think it'll definitely be in my, I guess, top 5 or 3 best Savage Crucible figures that I own. So yeah, this is fantastic. And of course, before I conclude this video, I had to take out some of my other Wave 2 figures, as we have Jaeger, and then we have Krieger the Shunned, and now we have Nashorn the Disinherited. Now, I won't take out Wave 1 just because I've done a review on those so many times, but I will do a big comparison later on down in the future when I have more figures. But for now, this is, I believe, 3 out of 5 figures from Wave 2. So just by looking at all these figures as a whole, I can already tell you that these are just fantastic, well-detailed, well-designed, and well-equipped figures. So just look how they just look so great together, and I don't know how else to explain it otherwise. They are fantastic pieces to own in your collection, and I love how this wave has a more darker and grittier tone compared to Wave 1, even though those were not as colorful, but in terms of vibrancy, this is like more on the silvers and maroons and brown tones. So it's fantastic. So even though I'm not a huge fan of like human style characters, but I will tell you that Jaeger is a beautifully designed figure, and Nashorn definitely ranks up there as definitely one of the tops. So if you don't own any of these figures, I highly suggest you get it whenever you can, just because, again, just look at this, it's beautiful. So with that being said, Nashorn the Disinherited is definitely in my top favorite figures of all time. I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait for Wave 3. As you guys know, Wave 3 is my most anticipated wave because we are heading underwater, and I cannot wait for the Abyss Harvinger figure. So man, I'm so excited. Otherwise, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you are a fan of these figures, because again, they're just absolutely incredible. So job well done. Thank you so much, Savage Crucible, for making this line and restoring my faith back into action figures. So again, thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you click that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next episode.